has some autobiographical relationship to your life. Do you want to describe the genesis of that?
It's been my whole life, you know, that aching for someone that you can't have, and I think that we've all been there, right guys? We've all, you know, no matter who you are, we've all just been in love with someone that we can't have. And, you know, it goes back to me, you know, first discovering my sexuality, and first having that feeling of desire, and, you know, it's not just sexual, you know, it's just that deep longing for someone. And I remember, you know, I tell the story of when I was 13 and I was at Boy Scout summer camp, and I was crushing on one of my counselors, and I didn't understand what that feeling was at the time. I just knew I wanted to be with that person. That person made me feel special in a way. He kind of, you know, took me under his wing, and that was really powerful for me. And when I left camp, I remember just feeling this awful ache in my stomach, and I wanted to stay so bad, and they wouldn't let me. I was like, I'll be a counselor, I'll stay here for free. Just let me stay. And they wouldn't, because I was, you know, I was 13, and to be 14, to be a counselor. But that was, and then the ride home was like 5 hours, and, you know, I just had all the time alone to think to myself, and just feeling that horrible ache, and that never really went away. It came and went in waves, but that was, you know, really the moment I say that ended my childhood, when I felt that ache, and I truly felt alone in that ache.
Well, I'm sure counselling is always a route for you if you things go belly up, you never know. I have a question from John Brimble in San Diego, California. In All American Boy, you beautifully tell a story that resonates with your fans. It carries deep meaning about a segment of society that's often overlooked. Is your primary goal to be an artist who continues to help others to see things from different perspectives, as opposed to an artist whose focus is on likable, but not necessarily emotionally moving music? I love this guy. If so, which other artists would you consider to be role models for you?
Well, really the only goal I have when I set out to write a song is to be honest. Whether I'm telling a story or just trying to communicate something that I feel, that's really all that I try to do. And whether or not that speaks to the masses, it's kind of really not something that I consider. I write the song, and I really, you know, I'm a principled guy. I believe that if a song comes from a pure place, it will resonate with people, and it doesn't have to have the biggest audience. And I think that's the most amazing thing about today is, you know, it's not about appealing to the masses, and you don't have to, you know, be some record label's bitch and, you know, let them tell you what kind of songs to write. You know, I put up this song on YouTube, and I didn't ask for permission to do it. And I plan on it kind of being the same way. Some of the songs may, you know, appeal to a wider audience, and some may not. But the process will remain the same, where, you know, I'm just making music, and I'm just trying to express a part of myself, in my own honest way.
Tell me about that. Was it just a matter of recording the video and putting it up on YouTube, or was it more involved than that? Because I'm curious about how musicians do these days go about establishing a career for themselves.
Well, I recorded the vocals for the song in my parents' basement off of a microphone I bought off eBay. So everything was very, you know, do it yourself. And then I took the rest of it and I brought it to my friend Max Steger, who's in the band Empire. So I gotta give a shout out to him. They're incredible. And, you know, he helped sound engineer the song, because I'm not as good at, you know, as recording it. But, you know, I started recording this song last fall. You know, I hadn't written it last summer, and I started recording last fall. And really up until the video was released, I kept sending the video, you know, I kept sending a new version of the song to be in the video. I was like, this is a little different. You know, we brought out the 5K range in this a little bit, and the voices brought a little, you know, the guitars panned a little farther this way. So I was very particular, and I really do take a long time obsessing about the details. crazy tune that probably doesn't make any difference either way. I don't even remember the question you asked.
Well, I mean, do you literally, like the rest of us with a holiday album or something, just press upload and suddenly it becomes a sensation overnight?
Oh, as far as the video, yeah, the song was done, and then I got the raw, I got the first edit of the video. It was sent a couple days before the video was released. And I said, okay guys, you're gonna hand me over the raw footage of the video. And they were like, no, we don't do that. That ends up being a disaster. We never give the raw footage to an artist. And I was like, you're gonna give me that raw footage. And so I had my way with that. And that was actually on Saturday night, the night before Pride. I stayed up all night, and it took over 8 hours, and I went through every second of footage we got. And I marked which clip it was and the part of the clip that I wanted. And, you know, it made this whole long email that was a couple pages of exactly what I wanted to change from the raw edit. And so I emailed that to the director, Jason Nate, who did a beautiful job, and was so gracious to work with me in my craziness. Are you anxious? you're making me nervous. You're tapping here. And so I had, I met with Jason, and I was like, this is exactly what I want to change. And he was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. But I had it laid out very, organized for him. And I didn't sleep the night before, and I still made all my church jobs. I played the 7 a.m., my 9 a.m., and my 11 a.m., and I think even my 5 p.m. that day. So I didn't end up making it to Pride, but I ended up being very, very tired.
I just want to say, Steve Grant, weddings, funerals, and hit singles. I mean, it's an interesting combination, and I kind of admire it. And when do you know that you put this out there and suddenly it takes off? I mean, when do you realize this was going to be a major thing? Because no one plans a viral success like that, do they? It just happens.
Yeah, we didn't. I say we, but I mean, I did no marketing for this video. I put it on my Facebook, and right away I was like, oh, I hope people see it before 4th of July, so I shared it with a couple friends. And then those couple of friends shared it with a couple friends. And then those couple friends shared it with another couple friends. And that was all that was ever done. And then I think it was that, the July 3rd, BuzzFeed picked it up. And BuzzFeed really gave it a big boost, and the rest is history. And then, the Associated Press was calling, and by Monday I was on Good Morning America. Just your typical week.
Okay, I'm going to get some fans' questions in again now. Who would be your ideal person? This comes from Eric Mullins. Who would be your ideal person to do a duet with?
Do they have to be alive?
I don't think so. Conjure them from the dead.
If we could conjure them from the dead, I would probably say John Lennon. He's definitely my hero as far as a songwriter and as a cultural icon. I think he's the best there is, and it would be amazing to do a song with him. But that's not going to happen.
Can I ask which of his songs is your favorite?
The first song that pops into my mind is Imagine, and it's probably a cliche, but don't hold that against me. It's a cliche for a reason. It's a beautiful song.
Okay, a question on everybody's lips. This is from Rob Sal in Chicago. Is Rob here? When will you get a full album out? I can't wait, in caps, to hear more of your amazing writing. Many exclamation marks.
I promise you, I've been slaving away since July 3rd, trying to get a record out to you guys. That is the most important thing to me, and there's so many things that have come to me and distracted me from that, and I get inundated with emails every day that are literally impossible to get there. So if some of you send me emails and I haven't gotten back, I'm very sorry. I'm really doing the very best I can to get through everything. I don't have a big team behind me right now, and the music will always come first. And so I promise you, when I release something, it'll be something real, and it'll be something that I really believe in. So that will be probably within the next month. And I'm very hesitant to say that because I hate making promises I can't make. But I will not sleep between now and September 1st if it means getting this record done, because I really want it to get done. I really can't wait for you guys to hear, you know, some of the other stories that I have to tell, and what else is on my heart and my mind.
I think we're just going to give you a week, actually. Here's one of my favorite questions. This person sounds so cynical.
We have a lot of favorite questions.
Well, Braylon Riley from Davis in California. I was going to do voices, but I don't think I should. I know that the songwriting process is a nauseating and sometimes overwhelming process. But with that said, how long did it take you to capture all the lyrics that make All American Boy the soul-captivating song that it is today?
Well, I don't like calling songwriting nauseating, because it's kind of been something that saved my life, being able to express myself. So it's not nauseating, but you know, as long as it's coming from a pure place, it's you know, and a pure process. It could be a really beautiful, what's the word? I don't know, exhilarating thing, and a very peaceful thing, and you know, kind of making peace with yourself. And you know, again, I'm a very intense person and a very emotional person, so writing songs and putting my feelings into words is a way of kind of reconciling what I feel. As far as All American Boy goes, I wrote it kind of old drunk at a campfire a year ago, and I didn't quite have the lyrics yet. I didn't even have the chorus at that point, but I wrote it, you know, after we came in from a campfire. Me and my friends were jamming around the piano with a bottle of Jack Daniels, and
Just like the video.
just like the video, yeah, it's all true, very true to life. There's no skinny dipping though.
Oh, pull the other one. I don't believe that.
We're reality and fantasy. And then the lyrics came when I was in the car, and I think I was listening to the radio, and you know, there's someone, obviously we all know there's so many songs, you know, about, you know, boys loving girls and girls loving boys. And I was thinking, you know, I think I'd pull up to a light, and I, you know, kind of caught some straight guy jamming along to Taylor Swift. And I thought to myself, you know, if that straight boy could sing along to a Taylor Swift song and be happy about it, why shouldn't people be able to sing along to my song? And that's where I decided I was, you know, I just wanted something really bold, and I think immediately after that was when I just came up with Be My All-American Boy Tonight.
You said earlier that music saved your life. Can you talk about that a bit? I mean, I know music was very important to you after your 8th grade or around then. You kind of went through a bad spell. Do you want to talk about what music represented for you?
Well, I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago, and you know, being gay really wasn't something that was talked about. And I felt like I really didn't have anyone to listen to me when I wanted to, you know, to talk about that or express it. I almost didn't even want to express it to myself. And so, what music meant was, it was a place where I could, you know, say anything that I wanted to, and I took full advantage of that. And I would just write, and I would fill up journals, and most of it never made any sense, and even more of it was just god-awful. But I was determined, and I really, all I wanted to do was write something that was true. I wasn't even focused on like writing a hit single or anything. I was just like, I just want to write something that really is true, and that really captures something real that I'm feeling.